In this chapter, we will discuss about equal employment opportunities in implementing IT in the workplace. Regulation of human resource management. The first is legislative branch. Legislative branch has enacted a number of laws government HR activities. And the second is executive branch, to responsible for enforcing the laws and include the regulatory agencies that the president oversees. And the third is judicial branch, is to interpret the law, and the Supreme Court is the court of final appeal, and its decisions are binding. Equal employment opportunity. Equal employment opportunity is the condition in which all individuals have an equal chance for employment, regardless of their race, color, religion, sex, age, and disability or national origin. And the federal government's effort in this area include constitutional amendment, legislation, executive orders, and court decision. EEO Constitutional Amendment. 13th Amendment is to abolish slavery in the United States, and this has been applied in case where discrimination involved the symbol and accident of slavery. And 14th Amendment to forbid the states from taking life, liberty, or property without due process of law, and prevents the states from denying equal protection of discrimination, and to apply to the decision or action of the government or private group.
Granted all persons the same property rights as white citizens. The Civil Rights Act of 1871 granted all citizens the right to sue in federal court if they feel they have been deprived of some civil right. 1963 Equal Pay Act. Men and women in an organization doing the same work must be paid equally. Equal is defined in terms of skill, effort, responsibility, and working condition. 1964 The Title VII Civil Rights Act prohibits employers from discriminating based on race, color, religion, sex, and origin. Applies to organizations that employ 15 or more persons. 1967 Age Discrimination in Employment Act prohibits discrimination against workers who are over the age of 40. Age discrimination complaints make up a large percentage of the complaints filed with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Rehabilitation Act. Corporate organizations must engage in affirmative action for individuals with disabilities. Employers are encouraged to recruit qualified individuals with disabilities and to make reasonable accommodation to them. 1974 Vietnam-era Veterans Readjustment Act requires federal contractors and subcontractors to take affirmative action towards employing veterans of the Vietnam War. It covers veterans who served between August 5, 1964 and May 7, 1975. 1978 Pregnancy Discrimination Act defines discrimination on the basis of pregnancy, childbirth, or related form of medical condition to be a form of illegal sex discrimination. Benefits, including health insurance, should cover pregnancy and related medical condition in the same way as other medical condition.
Equal Employment Opportunity (EEO) legislation. In 1990, American with Disabilities Act (ADA) first protect individuals with disabilities from being discriminated against in the workplace. Second, prohibit discrimination based on disability in all employment practice. Third, employers must take steps to accommodate individual covered by the Act. In 1991, Civil Rights Act add compensatory and punitive damage in case of discrimination under Title VII and the Act (ADA). Next, the amount of punitive damage is limited by the Act and depend on the size of the organization charged with discrimination. In 1994, Uninformed Service Employment and Re-employment Rights Act. Employers must re-employ workers who left jobs to fulfill military duties for up to 5 years, and then shall be in the job they would have held if they had not left to serve in the military. In 2008, Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act. First, employers may not use genetic information in making decisions related to the term, condition, or privilege of employment. Second, includes a person genetic test of the person family member and family medical histories. Third, forbid an intentional collection of this data. 4. Forbid harassment of employers because of genetic information. Next, Executive Order 11246 prohibit federal contractor and subcontractor from discriminating based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. And then employers who contract meet minimum size requirement must engage in affirmative action. And then Executive Order 11478 requires the federal government to base all its employment decision on merit and fitness, and then also cover organization doing at least 10,000 worth of business with the federal government. Thank you.
The government's role in providing for equal employment opportunity or EEO. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission or EEOC. EEOC is responsible for enforcing most of the EEO law. The EEOC investigate and resolve complaints about discrimination, gathers information, issues guidelines, and monitoring organization hiring practice. When individuals believe they have been discriminated, complaint must be filed within 180 days of the incident. And then, EEOC has 60 days to investigate the complaints that have been received. Next, Office of Federal Contract Compliance Program or OFCCP. The OFCCP is the agency responsible for enforcing the executive order that cover companies doing business with the federal government. The OFCCP audits government contractors to ensure they are actively pursuing the goals in their affirmative action plans. Businesses' role in providing for EEO. Avoiding discrimination. One potential sign of discrimination is disparate treatment. Differing treatment of individuals where differences are based on the individual race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, or disability status. To avoid disparate treatment, companies can evaluate the question and investigation they use in making employment decisions. This should be applied equally. For example, if the company investigates conviction record of job applicants, it should be investigate them for all applicants, not just for applicants from certain racial group. Next is bona fide occupational qualification or BVOQ. That is a necessary, not merely preferred qualification for performing a job. The Supreme Court has ruled that BVOQ are limited to policies directly related to a worker's business's role in providing for EEO. Avoiding discrimination. One potential sign of discrimination is disparate treatment. Differing treatment of individuals where differences are based on the individual race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, or disability status. To avoid disparate treatment, companies can evaluate the question and investigation they use in making employment decisions. This should be applied equally. For example, if the company investigates conviction record of job applicants, it should be investigate them for all applicants, not just for applicants from certain racial group. Next is bona fide occupational qualification or BVOQ. That is a necessary, not merely preferred qualification for performing a job. The Supreme Court has ruled that BVOQ are limited to policies directly related.
The next explanation is about business role in providing for EEO. The first one is reasonable accommodation. An employer's obligation to do something to enable an otherwise qualified person to perform a job. Companies should recognize needs based on individuals' religion or disabilities. Employers may need to make such accommodation as adjusting work schedule or dress code, making the workplace more accessible, or restructuring job. The second one is sexual harassment. Refers to unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical contact of sexual nature when submission to such conduct is made explicitly or implicitly a term of condition of individual's employment. Submission to or a rejection of such conduct by an individual is used as the basis for employment decision affecting such individual, or such conduct has the purpose of the effect of reasonably interfering with an individual's work performance or creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive working environment. Organization can prevent sexual harassment by developing a policy that defines and forbids it, training employees to recognize and avoid this behavior, providing a means for employees to comply and to be protected. The next slide is about workplace safety, occupational safety, and health act. Workplace safety means authorize the federal government to establish and enforce occupational safety and health standards for all places of employment engaging in interstate commerce. There are two types of occupational safety and health act. The first one is general duty clause. Each employer has a general duty to furnish each employee a place of employment free from recognized hazards that cause or are likely to cause death or serious physical harm. The second one is the specific duties. Employers must keep records of work-related injuries and illnesses. Employers must post an annual summary of these records from February 1 to April 30 in the following year. The next slide will be explained by my teammates.
Occupation safety and health. First, employee right under the OSH Act. The point as follows: request an inspection, have representative present at an inspection, have dangerous substance identified, be promptly informed about exposure to hazard and be given access to accurate records regarding exposure, have employer violence posts at the worksite. Second, enforcement of the OSH Act. OSHA is responsible for inspecting business, applying safety and health standards, and levying fines for violence. OSHA regulation prohibit notifying employers of inspection in advance. What's the priority? Which of the following has first priority for inspection by OSHA official? The point as follows: catastrophe and fatal accident, employee complaints, high hazard industry, and imminent danger. Employer sponsor safety and health program, identifying and communicating job hazard. First, job hazard analysis technique. Safety promotion technique that involve breaking down a job into basic element, then rating each element for its potential for harm or injury. Second, technique of operation review. Method of promoting safety by determining which specific element of a job led to a past accident. Third, reinforcing safe practice. The point as follows: implementing a safety incentive program to reward workers for their support of a commitment to safety goals. Start by focusing on monthly or quarterly goals. Encourage suggestions for improving safety. Fourth, promoting safety internationally. The point as follows: cultural difference make this difficult. Laws, enforcement practice, and political climate vary from country to country. Companies may operate in countries where labor standards are far less strict than in the US. Thank you for your attention.